Hey, everybody out there, all my watch enthusiasts. This is Antone Tucker, and I know I keep telling you there will be an intro. There will be an intro. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I'm putting it together. These things take time and patience, but I do want to give a warning. So,
Please be mindful this show is for 18 years of age and older. All copyright laws will be respected, but this show is intended to use the Fair Use Act of it. Thank you very much.
thank you, and let's give a round of applause to everyone viewing the channel today. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys for tuning into the show. Today's show is will watch enthusiasts admit that hip hop is keeping the watch industry afloat and creating the price points that you now see within the watch community, the watch hobby, and horology. I often see a lot of people on Facebook and just a great deal of people on Facebook that love watches, and I don't see enough people on these channels on YouTube at all saying that hip hop, that and you can say social media if you want. That's your way of not giving hip hop its credit. That's your way of not being honest with yourselves, with being bigoted with yourselves, with being just unrealistic totally with the fact that hip hop has created a great advantage for the watch community. So for all of you guys out there that hate rap music, for all of you guys out there that hate the hip hop culture, don't like guys like me that are covered in tattoos. And oh yeah, today's customary wristwatch check is my Gerard Pagot high definition. Let's go to cam 2 real quick so we can give you a view of that. Oh, come here, cam 2. My Gerard Pagot high definition. Well, the watch guys, giving you this kind of detailed look of it. We'll be doing a breakdown review of this watch soon enough. Soon enough. We'll be doing a breakdown review of this watch soon enough. But for now, let me get back into my rant. I mean, you think about it. I should have pulled up more things online, but I can find it right now while I talk to you guys. The hip hop community has kept watch enthusiasts employed, from Biggie Smalls, Ray Rollies in the Sky, to Jay-Z mentioning Frank Mueller and his records, to the Amigos destroying Frank Mueller and removing them from the clear chat as great watches, devaluing their existence, and really making them an afterthought. To rappers like and producers like Swiss Beats and who've created the love for Hublot, to boxers and icons like Floyd Mayweather Jr. wearing Hublot and being an ambassador for the company. Let's see if I can find this. To people like Ayo and T.O., I just wanna rolly with a double wrench. Hold on, wait a minute. I just wanna rolly with a dapper ranch. I already got some designer to hold on my pants. I just want some ice on my wrist so I look better when I dance. Have you looking at it, put you in a trance. I just wanna rolly with. Now you think about this. Wow, you belittle hip hop while you smugly act as if hip hop isn't the reason for great sales and watches. As you smugly act, hold on, there you go. As you smugly act as if hip hop isn't the reason for watches being sold. Oh, I'm not done. Hold on. I'm not done. I'm not done. You know. Hold on. I'm gonna find the words. Here we go. Jumping me. Bankrolls on me, keep me company. Hey, we did the most. Yeah, pull up and goes. Yeah, my diamonds a choker. Holding up, I with no holster. Rick the ruler, diamond cooler. This a rolling, not a mule. Rick the ruler, diamonds cooler. This is a rolly, not a mule. This one line right here is what truly put Frank Mueller in a coffin. Put it 6 feet deep and made you forget about how cool that watch was 10 years prior to that statement. I'm tired of seeing watch enthusiasts act as if hip hop isn't the reason why these watches aren't jumping up in prices. You go on social media and you see people make fun of the Migos when Patek Philippe, the Nautilus, gained popularity because of the Migos. Because of hip hop. You can lie to yourself as much as you want, but hip hop is the new rock and roll. Hip hop is what's making things cool for you to buy, for you to wear, for you to talk about. Oh, we're gonna get to Biggie Smalls, the greatest MC ever. I'm tired of seeing watch enthusiasts not give the proper due respect to hip hop. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. I gotta find it. Hold on, we coming. Here we go. Listen to this. Booze too much. I lose too much. Girls boo too much. You hear that? Hold on. I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done. Hip hop has been one of the main reasons why watch enthusiasts are employed while you still have certified dealers and sellers, and it's because of it's because of hip hop. Hold on. We're gonna make sure we get to it. Get it down like this. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm not finished. I'm not finished. Whole squad got their crowns on wrists. Whole squad got their crowns on wrists. Rolex crowns. Rolex crowns. Hold on. I'm going to show you what made Frank Mueller hot. I think you're missing the point. I think you're missing the point. Hold on. We just cop them things, homie, the chromey wheels. Both arms are chunky, the sleeves on chill. Any given time. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, you're gonna hate it. You're not gonna like this show. And these guys wasn't even getting paid to talk about these watches in their records. Not only did this open the door for blacks and Hispanics to be able to come into the game of watch collecting and watch trading and selling and even purchasing. This allowed coaches to emerge. And for you who watched this so far and thought this guy's lost his mind, that's why I hate letting these guys in the hobby, because they talk too much. There was actually a gentleman, very successful, wealthy beyond mind-boggling thought. Grant Cardone. He was viewed by a young gentleman that has a watch channel. I forgot his name, but he's in it. Looks like the guy from He looks like the guy from Spider-Man. But he was being interviewed by this young gentleman, and he said something that watch enthusiasts don't want to hear, said, and do not want to admit. Oh, but shit, he admitted it, people. Or let me get to it. Because although I love Archie, there are a ton of black kids from my hood, from my neighborhood, from my community, from New York City, millions of them do not even know who this guy is at all, period. They don't know who Archie Luxury is. You know, I love Bear Clooney. They don't know who Bear Clooney is either. They don't. They don't even know who Grant is. But they know of these watches because of the music, the culture has given these watches voice. Listen to what Grant Cardone had to say. And shout out to Grant. Let me give Grant a round of applause because he's the first person I've actually heard. Because even the interviewer tried to say social media. He corrected him. Not social media. Rappers and entertainers. Hold on. And he didn't say white actors, and there's nothing against white people at all. It's nothing against white actors, but they don't make watches cool. This is not we don't live in a James Bond era anymore. We're not in that era where watching James Bond made you want to get the watch, because it's just not true. It's not true at all. Seeing Jay-Z with a watch on, it makes you want to get a watch if you're black, if you're Hispanic, if you're from the city, if you have money and you're coming into money. These guys are the guys that are showing you the watches to get. If you're watching Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Javante Tank Davis or even a Canelo Alvarez, these guys are making you want to go out and get luxury timepieces. Not me, not Archie, not Theo and Harris, not Federico Talk Watches. None of these guys has an influence or an impact on the watch community when you're talking about young enthusiasts from the inner cities. I first heard about Rolex because of hip hop. I first heard about the Rob Report because of hip hop. Sure, there are a great deal of you brothers out there and sisters that can afford to purchase these watches, and you hear about it because you were raised in great conditions. You come from beautiful home environments, and you are afforded the capability to purchase luxury pieces. But for guys like me who grew up poor, we didn't know about any of these things until people from where we came from actually made something of themselves and talked about it. Martin Luther King wore a Rolex. I'll just say that. Martin Luther King wore a Rolex. But let's get to Grant, because this won't be a long show. This should just be a quick give respect where respect is due type of show. Give respect where respect is due, damn it. Give respect where respect is due, damn it. Okay? Stop saying social media. Without hip hop, without these guys talking about these brands and these watches, these watch brands would not be as successful as they are today. Without having free advertisement from the hip hop scene, culture. Listen to this.
In blue. That crazy blue they got out right now. Yep. But I know there's a good chance I'd lose $300 grand on that watch.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to say over time how those are going to either appreciate or depreciate compared to other brands. I mean,
well, the moment the rappers move on, the moment the athletes and the rappers move on.
You heard that? Let me bring it back. Just in case if you didn't hear him, let me bring it back. Because here's someone who's being honest. Who is being honest?
The 1103 in blue. That crazy blue they got out right now. Yep. But I know there's a good chance I'd lose $300 grand on that watch.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to say over time how those are going to either appreciate or depreciate compared to other brands. I mean,
well, the moment the rappers move on, the moment the athletes and the rappers move on, if they move back to Rolex, Richard is done.
Yeah.
There's not one
Those are the best brand ambassadors for a lot of these brands. I don't think they even realize, a lot of them even realize what's happening.
Oh my God.
And like in pop culture with like, the rappers just mentioning it. I think that's probably the number one catalyst for a lot of their marketing, and they don't even realize it and staying relevant digitally.
Totally. Like, James Harden buys a Richard, wears it, somebody snaps a shot.
So OBJ, like Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, I'm a Browns fan. I saw he's wearing a Richard Mille.
Yeah.
And the practice field, at training camp.
Floyd's got the green Richard, So, but look, as long as that's going on, but it's all hype. There's no materials. There's no gold. There's no. What are they even made of?
Carbon fiber. I mean, some are precious metals as well.
It is.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Some. I mean, it's a lot of mixing of different materials for a lot of them.
Yeah. But all that being said, you'll probably see me wearing one day. The 1103.
One more time.
In blue, that crazy blue they got out right now.
Yeah.
But I know there's a good chance I'd lose 300 grand on that watch.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to say over time how those are going to either appreciate or depreciate compared to other brands.
Well, the moment the rappers move on, the moment the athletes and the rappers move on, if they move back to Rolex, Richard is done.
Yeah.
They never stopped loving Rolex.
There's not one.
Those are the best brand ambassadors for a lot of these brands. I don't think they even realize, a lot of them even realize what's happening.
Oh my God.
And like in pop culture with like, the rappers just mentioning it. I think that's probably the number one catalyst for a lot of their marketing, and they don't even realize it and staying relevant digitally.
Totally. Like, James Harden buys a Richard, wears it, somebody snaps a shot.
So OBJ, like Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, I'm a Browns fan. I saw he's wearing a Richard Mille.
Yeah.
And the practice field, at training camp.
Floyd's got the green Richard, So, but look,
With that said, I'm just here today to tell you that you don't have to like tattoos. You don't have to like hip hop music. You don't have to like urban culture, black culture at all, period. But if it wasn't for black music, urban culture, black athletes, black rappers and actors, and Hispanic rappers and actors, and your watches wouldn't have the value they have today. They wouldn't. Say what you want. There's no way in the world you can tell me that hip hop doesn't influence today's watch culture. You can't tell me that hip hop doesn't have a direct link to the success of watches in today's society. Hold on. I'm not done yet. I got one more song to reference to, just to give the Amigos their proper just due, because I just see too much snobbery and I just see too much snobbery, and I don't see enough respect going towards the culture that is creating so much success for the watch community. Here you see, I love Ric Flair. Great watch enthusiast. One of the first people you seen promoting Rolex. Going to the jeweler. I bust the AP. That means he goes to the jeweler and has the jeweler place diamonds all over his Audemars Piguet. He said he has the Ric Flair drip. He's telling you that he has taste like Ric Flair, who we all know is an icon when promoting Rolex watches. No one has made Rolexes more sought after and cool than Ric Flair. Because Ric Flair, again, who was a wrestler but an entertainer, and not an actor in a movie, but he definitely was around the period where people who were in movies like James Bond, these iconic figures are the people that made timepieces sought after. Everyone, he said, bought me a Patek. These guys that you see, every one of these guys that you see have millions of dollars. In this video right now, all of these guys have millions of dollars invested in watches right now. Every last one of them. Shout out to Ric Flair for being an icon and getting into the hip hop culture. And even though he's done it before, but even being in it now and acknowledging how much love the hip hop culture has for him, for his contribution to, there you go, Ric Flair, to how much his iconic personality has had towards the culture. Shout out to Ric Flair. Woo! I want to thank Gary for telling the truth. Hip hop, the culture, has had a great effect on watch enthusiasts, watch retailers, and the community as a whole. And no matter how much you may want to discredit hip hop and guys that look like me that come from the areas I come from, the one thing you cannot deny is that our influence on horology has done a great deal of good for watch enthusiasts. And it's kept the watches that you have and you covet in your collection at top pristine value, or it's crushed the value of your timepiece if it's a Frank Mueller. Thank you for tuning into the show. This is just a quick rant. Just want to go over how I felt and how I feel that the hip hop community isn't given enough credit within the watch community at all. I've literally seen no one on YouTube who publish watch content actually say that hip hop is greatly responsible for the popularity of the Patek Philippe brand now, for the Rolex brand, for the Richard Mille brand, for anything that's going great right now. If it's been mentioned in hip hop, you've seen the value of those watches go up. The Richard Mille watch brand is going up ridiculously because of the hip hop community. And I just think that we got to start giving credit where credit is due. Let me be the first guy to create this content, to do the video and tell you hip hop is the reason why so many great brands that you find great are even being heard and sought after. They're the way they are today. 1.